Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You're back with Deck, and today we're playing some more Satisfactory Early Access. In our last episode, as you can see down below, we got cables up to our Mark IV standard. All is good. It looks like the copper ingots are still functioning at full, even though we've not got a full 450's worth coming in. But here's where the 450 belt ends, because, and if I slap down an assembler I can show you, I've got reinforced iron plates and alternate stitched iron plates. To get 450, well, a Mark IV belt's worth of these, let's just have a look. I did some of the calculations off camera, but anyway. 450 divided by 7.5, I would need 60 machines, so I already can't do that on one floor. But not just that. 450 divided by 75, I'd need 10 belts of wire coming in. 450 divided by 15, 30, I'd need 2 belts of iron plates coming in. I could do that, couldn't I? But it'd be across 2 floors. I'm just leaving my phone on for 1 second, because the alternate is this one, and that's what I've actually designed this for. So 450 divided by 5, I'd need 90 machines. I know, stupid, right? 450 divided by 20, I would need 22.5 lines coming in. No, I can use 22.5 machines, and if I need 90 of those, so 90, cancel that off, 90 divided by 22.5, I'd only need 4 belts coming in of iron plates. I know I've only got the one for now, but then we've got 450 divided by 120 for the screws. That would supply 3.75 machines. So 90 divided by the 3.75 would mean I'd need 24 lines of screws coming in. That's where the fun ends, I think, because that is monstrous. I know it's mega base standard, but that's only the first line of assemblers, because then we've got these and them and them and them. I think it's time to scale down the factory just a little bit, because we don't even need reinforced iron plates, not really. We've probably already got more than we're ever going to need. So I think a nice 60 coming out would be good. I mean, that's what we aimed for right at the start, isn't it? So we're essentially going to make the same thing, but properly now, with Mark IV belts. So, I can't title it the same as everything else. Well, it's not your problem to think about the title. Mark IV. Well, it could just be reinforced iron plates 100% efficiency. I'm fairly sure that's what I titled the first one anyway. So, our first assembler, I would like it to line up with this machine, but I don't actually want it. Or do I? We can line these up, can't we? Wow, I came far too close. Assemblers and constructors are nearly the same size, aren't they? Right, so that's where I'd want it to be. Yeah. I do want to get the first 2 in, though, just to see what they look like. So let me do that first. We need 20 of these. I hope I've got enough concrete. I forgot to go and restock between episodes. But by the way, most of my assemblers, I've noticed, have got power shards in, so we're going to get an absolute shed load of them back. I've also not got many encased industrial beams left. Anyway, I know this recipe isn't quite as efficient as this one, but I've already got problems with cable later on, so let's go with this for now. So, we've only got 1 belt of 450 coming in for the iron. That should be enough, right? 450 divided by 20, we can feed 22.5 machines. That is okay. 450 times 4, and that's 1,800. Divide that by 120. This can only feed... God damn it. Really? I'd worked that out wrong, hadn't I? This can only feed 15 machines. Well, we know we've got 2,700, not 27,000. 2,700 divided by 120 is 22.5. 450 times 5 is 2,250. If we divide that by 120, that's 18.5. We've got to use all 6 lines of the screws. So it does seem I'm going to have to get the update to use even further, because as you can see, I've joined them across. We're going to need all 6 lines of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. All 6 lines of these just to make 1 reinforced iron plate per second. I guess we could name that 1 reinforced iron plate per second, 100% efficiency. It wouldn't be 100% efficiency though, would it? No. Well, I'll come up with a naming convention off camera. I'd not noticed before, but you need to do a little dippy dip. Not that one. This one. And there you go, and there you go. I knew it'd get more complicated when we got to this stage of the factory, but I didn't anticipate how much more difficult it would get. It's fine. I don't think we're going to have a problem with it. So 1 line is going to be enough to feed 20 machines. Tell you what, let's do the normal spiel. We'll get the 20 machines in first and then deal with it. So we've got 2 so far. I'd like to really make sure that they're all facing the right way the first time. 3. Yeah, we need more room. 4, 5, 6. I'm actually using rotors now as well. Good God. 7, 8, 9. Well, so that'd be 10 space, 11 space, 12 space, 13 space, 14 space, 15 space, 16 space, 17 space, 18 space, 19 space, 20 space. That's where we go to. That is it. Right, right. And then what have we got this side? So that's where the line comes off, and then that's our walk around room. So that's our area that we're working with. I'd really like to be able to do it from that side. Be careful. I don't want to fall off, and I'm fairly sure I've not got the jetpack on me because I've left it in my going out chest. I hope we've got enough concrete to do this. I don't want to have to run back. I didn't resupply between episodes because I realised that my maths needed some work, and yeah, turns out that I can't do it all to Mark IV standards, which is upsetting, but at least we've got the early section of the factory to the Mark IV standards. To do... Oh, what even happened there? To do the entire factory to Mark IV standards would be absurd. Down we go. Hey, I actually went down at the right place. And that's actually in the same style as we had upstairs, so that is a good thing. And yet again, I've gone down, and yet there's no point to going down. I guess it's quicker because I can jump on this, but I should have jumped like a millisecond earlier there. Never mind. Is that cable straight? I'm not sure. So, yeah, I think it will be the case of we're going for 1 per second with the high-end stuff. 1 per second should be okay, I think. I don't know. Not done the maths on the endgame stuff yet, and I don't even know where reinforced iron plates factor into that. You know what, while we're here, let's have a quick sort out. We don't need those. We don't really need all these iron plates. We don't need that many rods. We definitely don't need this many screws. I need some more reinforced iron plates. Just the 1 stack. We are looking to be building them now anyway, so... In fact, no, let's make it 2 full stacks. Let's just do the full resupply while we're here, shall we? 1 stack of rotors should be more than enough. I'm going to take 2 just to be safe. Don't need steel. Don't need steel pipes. I do need modules for the assemblers. We need to change up our inventory. And we'll just take as many of them as we can, put one stack back. We're just going to delete that coal, and that should be good. Yeah, it looks decent. Alrighty then, let's go and get our reinforced iron plates up and running. Excuse me, I overshot that one a little bit. Still not sorted the Sky Rail out, still recording all in one sitting. This is episode number 4 today for me. Probably going to be the last one. I think Luna's getting exceptionally bored now. She's asleep on my feet again, as she has been for most of the episodes so far. Excuse me, let me off. She's bored. We need to go outside for a bit. It's dead sunny outside. I know my mum will be home from work after I finish this episode as well, so we can go around there. She'll probably end up going out sunbathing, as she always does when it's sunny. I mean, I can't fault her, but it's just not my cup of tea. And if she's outside, then I'll have to sit outside. It's alright, I've got my sunglasses. I don't look like the sort of person that enjoys sitting outside, do I? And that's because I don't. I've also got my gigantic jeans on today with the huge flared bottoms. They're never pleasant to sit outside in, but me being the goth that I am, I only look like one nowadays. I don't tend to be one. I don't listen to that much heavy music anymore. My tastes have altered. I listen to anything that I like the sound of. Metal. I had a spell where I liked, I can't even remember, dubstep and stuff like that. I know, stupid, right? I listen to whatever I like the sound of. My Spotify playlist that I put on at work in the morning for people to listen to is a complete mix mash. There's a little Linkin Park in there, Rise Against, nice bit of Westlife thrown in there, Shawn Mendes, there's is it Madonna, Living on a Prayer on there? I love that song. My parents always used to have it on as they were getting ready to go out at the weekends when I was younger. You know, absolutely anything. Guilty pleasures all go on there because generally somebody at work will like them. I've got a lot of cover songs as well, rather than the originals. Like there's a Linkin Park cover, In the End something or other. I don't know who the cover is, but I love it. It is brilliant. Right, I need to remember that these are stupid how they line up. As long as I can get the first one down right, which apparently I cannot, then all shall be gravy. Right, that'll be number 1 coming in. The screws will get sorted in a minute. I don't even know why I jumped at an angle there. I shouldn't have jumped at an angle, but anyway. Power supply again will go here as central as possible, and then we start. I'm fairly sure this assembler design is different to my other ones. Yeah, there's loads of room between them. No more. No more. We're not doing it like that. For some reason I assumed these were loads bigger than the constructors. So at least we're compacting this up a bit. You never know, I may have a spell in a bit where I go and hook up loads more resources, and I do decide to do multiple floors for this and get it all to Mark 4 standard, but I think that's a little bit beyond my limits at the moment. We've not even got to the end game stuff yet, so I don't know what we need more of. Let's work on getting to there first, and then we'll come back and see what we can up. Not just that, I probably should go out and find all of the computers. I know there are maps on the internet, but no, I've been exploring myself. I could just go and find all the crash sites, or I could just update, and then we could go and find all the crash sites in one fell swoop. Because I have been most of the way across the map now, I believe. There's only a few places I've yet to explore. At least I'm fairly sure. Generally, it's that side of the map. I've been around a lot of the right side of the map, or the south side of the map, should we call it. Or the east, the southeast, I don't know. I've explored a lot of it, alright? It's been fun. I've enjoyed a lot of it. But yeah, if I'd got all the alternate recipes, I could have just built an alternate factory with alternate recipes all the way through, but you know, we've had enough of exploring for this playthrough, I think. I've got all the power shards I should need now, so yeah, it'll be fine. Right, I want to do this from this end, so apologies, I have got to run back. This is why the jetpack would be useful, because I could jump on here, get momentum, and then fly. Concentrate. You can do the bunny hopping. Not like that. Yeah, that one was a little bit better. If you time it right, you can jump over one, land on one, and then jump over one, land on one. Like that, kind of. But anyway, right. So, we need you to do that, which is good. And we need to go all the way down to the end and get all of these in first. I need to be careful with the screws. Oh, it's actually drawing a line now to the doodah. It does. So if it's on a line there, it will draw the line for that one there. I never noticed that before. I mean, it doesn't really make much difference, like, because I'm doing it like this, but anyway. Let's just get all of the iron plates in first. I've not told the machines what to do, have I? Clever me. Anyway, it'll be fine. We can go back and do that in a second, so I want to get back to the start just to get the screws coming in correctly. I need to get all them ratios right. It's going to be a bit of a pig. I'm going to have to do my downward stacking merger thingamajigs that I do. I think. Ow. My arm cracked. That was dead painful. So we're doing these ones. Let's do the maths in a second again to make sure I've got it all right. Normal reinforced iron plates, because I don't want to have to go back and do a load of cables. I know you can do rubber cables, and now it's wire I'm meant to be saying, but I know you can do rubber cables, and that is meant to be cables. I can't remember if I've seen an alternate recipe for the wires. Oh, there's the iron wire, isn't there? Isn't there another version of that as well? I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember all the alternate recipes. I've not found most of them. Well, I've not seen most of them, should I say. Now that we've got everything unlocked, it would actually be beneficial for me to go and find some crash sites so we can see what alternate recipes are out there. There might be one for supercomputers that I really should get. So iron plates is fine. It's the screws that are the problem. So we need all 6 lines coming in. 450 divided by 120, so 3 3/4 is what one line will feed. So nearly 4. 3 3/4, 1, 2, 3, and then we need a merger between these two. We are going to be oversupplying it just a little bit with the screws, but I think that will be okay. I think it will be okay. I'm not... Excuse me, I don't even know what I grabbed onto them. Let's just get these coming in for now. And then screws need to come over yonder as well. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because I need to get all of them in. All of the belts in first. Oh, let's just do the bottom one first, and then we know where the splitters are coming in. So that can go to there. I'm going to do it with empty belts because I don't want to keep picking crap up. I can just count 6, can't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that should be it. So if one belt can feed 3 3/4, surely it'd make sense for me to merge it before the 4th one. And then we should have 5 mergers. I don't know. I don't know. I'm out of my comfort zone now. Anyway, we do need to get all the belts in. I can actually just run on the goddamn belt, can't I? I mean, really, these should be too high, so there's no clipping whatsoever, but I'm okay with a small amount of clipping. Let me get a bit more of a run up, and then I should... No. I can do it if I'm on flat land. I can't do it when I'm on these ones. Right, I do need to plan this out, because it's going to be just stupid, I think. It's the first complex factory that we've had to design, so I would like it to at least look decent. You don't need a merger there either. And we need to get a conveyor pole into there and into there. You know what? Let's go and get all this hooked up because this is ready to go. Beautiful. Just screws that are going to be the tricky bit. It's alright. We've got about 10 minutes left-ish. I'm not that fussed if it goes over or under, but we're trying to keep it to about 30 minutes because I've had a lot of longer episodes recently. And I think it's a bit much for people to look and see an episode that's like 45 minutes a time. Or we had our mountain, damn it, climbing episode that was an hour and 8 minutes long. Yep, try again, genius. But yeah, it's a bit daunting when you see dead long episodes like that. I mean, you've got to really love the person you're watching to watch hour-long episodes. The people that I watch, I do watch the longer episodes. I mean, Toxic, he did a 2-hour-long episode when he was building the foundations for his factories. I loved it. I mean, he talked about proper informative things about, like, vaguely what YouTubers get paid and stuff like that, and then his living stuff, and you know, he had things to talk about for a while. I feel that I flounder on somehow about nothing important, but listening to him talk about the YouTube stuff, as you can tell, that is what I want to be doing, so it was brilliant for me to hear that sort of stuff. And yeah, I'm not going to hook that one up just yet. In fact, yeah, we can. We've got that sorted. It's in the bag. So, it fills 3 machines, and then we need the splitter. The whatever it is. I've not come up with an actual name for it yet. I want to call it a balancer, but it doesn't really balance anything. And actually, my poles might not be in the right place now. So 1, 2, 3, and then that's number 4. You know what? I think it'll do. Because if we have a splitter, you know what, I want to do it on the tiles around it. If we have a splitter there, well, we're going to have a splitter there. This should work out, actually. And a merger there. I hope this is long enough. Because then that splitter will go there. Not that I'm putting it in yet, but in fact, I've got to get all of these running down to the end, and then I need to take it back off the top. 1, 2, fine. We'll get all the lines in. 3, and then we'll take them back out once we know where our splitters are going, and mergers, and all that jazz. 5 and 6. I know it's going to be a lot of redundant, reinforced, encased industrial beams, god damn it, but, you know, we need it for now. Is this easier if I've got a little bit of height? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's do all the way down first. This seems massively overkill. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if I'm going for 1 per second, it needs to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I thought these ratios were bad. Wait till we get down to computers and supercomputers and heavy modular frames. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm fairly sure we won't need 6 by this point, but screw it. In fact, really, we should only need 1 there. At most, we should need 2 here, I'd have thought. I don't know if this is going to work out how I'm planning it to, but meh. And you go into there. Because essentially, one line is going to merge down into the next and then disappear. Because we shouldn't need that line anymore. That's the plan, anyway. And that one can do with 1 even higher. Then this one will have 5. That does actually work out. The staggered effect. Oh, my encased industrial beams. I've just not got enough. I mean, I've got enough to do this, but then I've got all the other jazz to do on top of it. Right, we've got all the lines in. We know where they're going to. What the hell is going off here, then? Anyway. just try that one again. This is crazy. I'm going to go and quickly grab some more encased industrial beams, just because I think we're going to need a touch more. Not loads more, a touch. The factory has long since installed that, other than the things that I'm screwing with. Oh, belt surfing went well. Let's just grab a few stacks. I'm probably going to need more than this eventually, but, you know, I've already said this is the last episode for today, so let's get it sussed, and then I can go and get some foods, because I'm starving. I've got a horrible tendency when I'm off to not eat. It is currently 20 past 1 in the afternoon. I've not eaten yet. It just doesn't bother me, but it doesn't help concentration when you're hungry, because all I can think about is food. Food. Right, where are we going? Right here. You've already passed your stop, sir. Ah! Right, down we go. So if we do it for every fourth machine, 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to need it around this one. I hope it works out with these. I don't think I can get it this close. Let's see. It's... Yeah, that is... Whoa, look at that belt. That is horrible. Let's do it based on the foundations then. So we'll come off of this one. So we want a splitter there and a merger there. I notice a small problem in my idea. Am I going to merge it all the way down, or am I just going to merge one belt down? Because if I'm going to just merge it one belt down, I'm going to have to merge every belt down to do it how I'm currently doing it. I mean, I've not got a problem with that, but it's a little bit over the top, don't you think? If you're wondering how I'm lining this up, if you look in the middle of the conveyor belt where the join is, the green arrows on the join, that is how I'm trying to get it centralised. Admittedly, I can't see it now because of the goddamn texts in the way. I could try and line them all up properly, but... There we go. It's alright, I really had to concentrate to do that. And then we want mergers coming down like so. I do think this is way over the top, but it'll be fine. It's going to look uniformed at least. Monstrosity. So then I can take that one out. That actually looks neater now that I've took the top off. No way. Never thought about that. Alright then, this episode's probably going to be a bit longer now because of this. You go down there. Then we want... The sun is right in my face. In fact, that doesn't line up. We need to look at the actual thing. Because I'm not dead straight onto the belt. Then that. And you come down. It looks a little bit hideous at the moment. Just bear with me. We're getting there. Look at the white lines. That's how you join it up. I'm trying to do all this fancy stuff, and you've got the box around it that shows you if it's in line. That is loads easier. You know, I have no intentions of ever building this factory again. Well, this style of factory again. I think I'm traumatized. Just from how I've decided to design it this time. Is that locking on? Because that felt dead stiff to move once it had lined up with what was above it. It felt like it had locked on. That looks quite cool. I mean, really, I don't need the top merger. But if I'm doing it like this, then I want to do it properly. And we've got to do this, what, 5 more times? 4 more times? We're basically trying to keep the bottom line full. And I've not even got the splitter in for the bottom line. We'll do the bottom line all in one sitting. And so that one's now full. 1, 2, 3, and then... yeah, that's how it's going to work out. So we get the top one around about there, and the bottom one around about there-ish, and in. Then we can cut you back and you back. It's definitely unique. I've not seen anybody else doing this sort of rubbish, but that might be because it doesn't work. I hope it's not that case. If I'm wrong, please let me know, because, you know, I don't want to be doing things that are wrong. But I've not seen anybody build a mega base. Yes, I've seen people put videos on of their mega bases, but the actual building it up part, they seem to have skipped just to get to the end product of it, but that's not what I want to be doing. I'm trying to show it all along the way. So that's that one sorted. I mean, it looks quite cool. I could have done it both sides, but it's a bit redundant. You only need it coming out one side. We've got a full belt's worth coming down anyway, so... Yes. Now, you go in there. I do want to just double check that I didn't mess that last one up, because I don't remember looking down at the foundation before I started it. It is centralised, thank God. And then we can trim you back a little bit. The things we do. The things we do. There we go. And in you pop. Right, now we've got our guidelines to follow. The nice white boxes around the items and a merger. There you go. In you go. Down you go. Any more goes? No? Fair enough. It's getting progressively quicker because we were progressively having less to do. Wonderful. And that goes up there. I'm glad that this all lines up quite nicely, because we've got actually quite a uniformed look coming down. Right, we don't need these ones for sure. Like I say, I just hope I've got the maths right for it. And you go there. And you go about there. In you go. Now we can just line it up with the boxes. This one gets nice and quick, because we've only got to do it like that. And just crop the top off. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, that doesn't look terrible. At least I don't think it looks terrible. And this should be the last merge. I don't think I've done this right. I really don't. Let's go and have another quick look. So you get the extra quarter. 1, 2, 3. I think we probably should have moved this stacker system up a little bit after each one. I don't know. Screw it. We're stuck with this now. That's what we're having. And this will be the final one. And you go around about there-ish. Sort of, kind of, maybe. You go about there. That actually doesn't look... it's not bad. It's not bad. And we don't need you, you, or you. And then this comes down to the end. So the last machine won't quite function properly, I don't think. This line will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I definitely should have spaced these mergers out a bit more. Well, if we go to the other side, we could actually work it out. I'm past time already. I thought this episode was doing well, but apparently not. So the first line would feed 3 3/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 3/4. The next one would be 7 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is for 2 lines. 7 1/2 for 2 lines. So yeah, we've kind of messed it up. I don't care anymore. That's fine. It looks decent. That's what matters to me. It will essentially give me 1 per second, minus the slight little hiccup at the end there that won't quite get enough. But like I say, That's it. It's designed. It's done. It's all going in now. Let's get the splitters in. If you've got an easy fix for this, please let me know. Because if it's an easy one, I will come in and do it. Other than that, I'm not taking all this back apart. I have just thought, you better not be in the way. That's a little bit closer than I wanted it to be. Oh no. It's fine. Because I've already got the line above it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Everything is good. We've already checked this one, and this one does work out well. It's just the other one that's a little bit close for comfort. Because it needs to go on that line there, but it works. It does work. It'll be fun to hook this up and see if it all flows properly. I really don't think it's going to. And there you go. There you go. There you go. These are not exact. I'm just throwing them down there. It has melted my brain. There you go. Come on. Very, very nearly. What the hell is going off with that? It'll be where I kept deleting things to start with. It does screw the belts up, you know, putting mergers on them and stuff. Just me, or does that one not quite line up? All the other ones have lined up, right? With the belt. I don't get why that one hasn't then. Yeah. Whatever. Whatever. So long as they... That was a decent lag spike. So long as they look fairly aligned, that's good for me. And my OCD. And in you go. Iron plates already being supplied? Yes. Right. Now comes the moment of truth. I need to be somewhere... God damn it. Somewhere fairly close to be able to get these to come in. But I don't want to be too close. In you go. I'm hoping that when they've filled up, it does stall out enough and that we do get the genuine 100, the 60 per minute. So it is 100% effective. No, it's not 100% efficiency. Yes, it is. We've not even done the merger side. God damn it. So all of this is for one Mark 1 line. We're not using Mark 1's line, but screw it. We're using Mark 4, just in case you didn't get that from me saying screw it. We don't want any Mark 1s anywhere anymore. All of it will be Mark 4. No, it will be the Mark 4 base. Admittedly, we've not done the Mark 1 or 2 base yet, but not a chance. Can you imagine doing this with Mark 1 machine, Mark 1 belts? No, no. I think you'd take up the entire map space trying to do it. I'm actually trying to think about how you'd go about doing that now. Other than building straight up into the sky, I really don't get it. You wouldn't be able to do it. Mark 1 belts just don't carry enough. All this for something that we really don't use much of anymore as well. It's only going to be the same with the stators and the motors, just so you know. We don't tend to use them, but there we go. Yes, I am letting it run while I do this, and then we're going to go to the other side and see if any of the maths that I did has worked out well at all. I mean, we've got them being produced, yippee. We already had them being produced before all this monstrosity, but it's only going to get worse, trust me. I've been between episodes and looked at the stator and the motor recipe. It's not getting any nicer. 60 per minute might be a push. I say 60 per minute. I think it's nicer to just say 1 per second. A 1 per second is massively more than we can use anyway. Why was it easier to get the encased industrial beams at 1 per second, well, more than 1 per second, compared to these? Because we used an alternate recipe, that is why. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I should have used the alternate recipe. But then I'd need more wire. And I didn't want to have to get more wire, because that means hooking up more copper. And I don't want to do more copper, because that means I've got to get more outposts. Which I can do, and I've not got a problem doing, but that'll be off-camera work, and I've already set myself up a fair amount of off-camera work by doing 4 episodes in a row and screwing over my entire Skyrail. Not just that, I may try and get the stuff coming up from the floor sorted today as well. So you just come straight out to wherever. And that is where you now live? Yes. See, they do go that way. We will need them for something later on. I just can't remember what. Is it rotors or stators or something? I don't know. And I want to make sure this is going the right way and we've not got a flying belt anymore. Because I'm not doing that trick anymore. I've matured. We don't want floating things. Don't look at the Skyrail. Just don't look directly at it. It's fine. There we go. And then all these will be in line. Good. And to there. Good. I could always hook them wires up now as well, can't I? And in you go. And for now, you can just come up and go in and go out. I don't care what you're doing at the minute. Why is none of it flowing? Have they already gone? Did I miss them? Over. Ah, genius. In you go. That's what I mean by there's a touch of clipping. I'm sorry, but that's acceptable to me. It's probably better doing it from the other side, but we're going to do it from this side. These should be near as damn it straight. Lag spike, thank you. I'll say it's only the end machine that's working at the minute. Yay for motorbikes. Flying up a street with a primary school at the top. I do hate some people. There's signs all the way leading up the street that comes onto where I live saying slow down, 20 miles per hour. It's a school, a primary school. And you get, I'm sorry about this, but you get dickheads like that. That he flew up the street. You can tell with how high the revs were. He was doing at least 30. At least 30 on a road that should be 20. And 1:30. It's not quite school time. They close at 3:05 or something stupid like that now. I don't know. But yeah, they're just idiots. Absolute idiots. I like living where I live. It's very quiet, generally. Other than, you know, morning and tea time. But, yeah. I'll stop ranting. Right, this is where we get the problem with the screws. Because this now needs to fill up. I wish I could get a better vantage point of all of it. Ow, my foot. Because it really doesn't look like my idea is working out at the minute. And why is that? I do think I needed the line the other side. This isn't working out in the slightest, is it? Yes, the end factories are getting filled up, but these bottom ones are getting well and truly screwed over. I don't get why, though. Because they're coming from a partial belt. Because they're coming from a partial belt. I mean, the fact that the end isn't completely full, it might actually be balancing it properly, so maybe balancer is the right word for it. Because once this end machine is full, surely it'll stutter all the way back and everything will even out. Will it not? I'm actually not sure. I don't know if this is working properly. The only other thing, maybe I don't need all the jumps coming down. Maybe I should have just gone top line into the bottom line. I don't know. I screwed that jump up. And now I'm stuck. I don't know. It's clearly not working 100% efficiently like I wanted it to. It's just these guys in the middle that are getting screwed. Why isn't that a full belt coming out there? It should be a full belt coming out there, should it not? I think it's a case of leave it running for a while and see what happens. I mean, the belt's probably already full, or nearly full. Oh no, it isn't, because they're all going the other way as well. Efficiency, 99%. Why is this 99% efficient? Machine number 1 should be 100% efficient. Maybe it's just not ticked up just yet. You can go away with that one. That is definitely 100% efficient. That's 91%. That's 47%. This idea is not working at all. But it should be. I mean, these first 3 machines definitely should be. So why isn't that working? Is it because this one just hasn't filled up yet? I think we've just got to give the game time to run, don't we? Because they all need to build up stacks of 500. Right. Well, I do think this will work. Once it's... I don't know how many more times I'm going to say it. I just need to keep saying it out loud to prove it to myself. But the only problem is we're going to need even more screws, which... It's all well and good. But to do screw... What do we need screws for? Oh, it's the next bloody thing, isn't it? No! No! Let me have a look at rotors before we finish this episode off. I know it's a long enough episode already, but... Didn't we take the alternate thing for rotors? Oh, no. Oh, Christ. And how many lines of iron rods have we got coming in? 1, I believe. Screws should be there. Yeah, 1 full line of of rods Mark 4 coming in. Right. Let's do the maths quickly to see if I need to do even more between episodes. So calculator, I assume that's 18 rods. Really, I only need 10 machines to get 60. Well, 1 per second. So we'll do 450 divided by 18, which is 25. We're good. We're good. And then we have got 450 divided by 132. What a horrible number. It's 3.4. So really, I'd only need 2 lines coming in. But for 1 row of ingots, we get 6 lines coming out. How about if we double it then? How about if we double it to 120 per minute? Not that we need rotors that much, but I assume we'll need them somewhere. 900 divided by 132 is... Wait. We need 10 machines, don't we? 450 divided by 132 is 3. So if I need 10 machines, I'm going to need 3 lines coming in, which would be 450 times 3, which is 1350. And then divide by 132 gives me 10.22 machines. 10.22 machines. So yeah, I'd need to run even more screws. I hate everything. I hate everything. How are you for efficiency? 99%. How are you for efficiency? 99%. You should be 100. You're lying to me, game. If I check these should be 100% efficiency. Oh, the 0% efficiency because they're switched off. Lol. Well, I think that's as close to 100% efficiency as I'm going to be able to get for this for now. And even then, I don't think most of the machines are working properly. Will you tell me off if I put 1 per second reinforced iron plates? Because technically it is. It should work out. I think I've just screwed up the screws. Anyway. Yeah, these are getting proper shafted. 62%. I don't care anymore. I've had enough. It works. It's 1 per second, near as damn it. I guess I'll get my jump pad back in. We'll go up and take a look at the monstrosity that it is that we've made today, and then that is it. Encroaching others' clearance. Well, boo-hoo. Oh, no way. No! The machine's in the way. I can't have them aligned. Well, I'm not taking the entire base apart. Can I put this somewhere else? Where it no. No, I cannot. And that's what I get. Well, you know what? These ones, it can be 1 further forward. It's not going to be aligned because I'm not moving the entire base. In fact, let's just align it with the machine. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because these are technically in the middle of the constructors. There we go. My saving grace. I don't know how it's going to line up with the sky rail, but we'll deal with that at a later date. Let's have a look from up here. I mean, that looks quite cool, doesn't it? Just let me stop here. I like the look of it, even if it doesn't work properly. So long as all the belts keep shuffling. It's working to some degree. I'm just going to keep saying it now to tell myself it. Either way, if I've made some mistakes, please let me know, and let me know how you would go about fixing them. I know, get other people to try and fix my problems. It's not ideal, is it? But I kind of need a little bit of help with this one, I think. Because them machines are eating all of that. They will fill up eventually, and then this bottom line will be more full. Like there, look, now it's filling up more. It'll work out. If you've got any fixes for me, please let me know. But other than that, no. You need to do the outro properly. If you've got any fixes, let me know. If you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see some more. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.